Sisters who watch. Sisters who watch. Sisters who watch everything. Hey y'all, hey! Welcome to Sisters Who Watch.
I'm Shelby.
And I'm Laura. And we're sisters who watch everything. TV, movies, sports, music videos, concerts, and even paint dry. We love to watch and we love to talk about it even more. Today we're watching
Everything. Worst of 2022. That's right. The worst movies and TV shows. Or in other words, our not top 10.
That's right. Not top 10. All right. Okay, so
let's get right into it. I'm sure you all can't wait to hear what we did not like in 2022.
Yeah, so last time we talked about our favorite things from the year.
Gave you all some great recommendations, a lot of rom-coms and reality TV.
Yes, of course. And now we're gonna, kind of read some...
Give some hot takes.
Give some hot
things
takes.
that we don't think you should watch.
Right, exactly. Okay, Shelby, give us your number 5.
Okay, my number 5, this is probably a hot take.
Ooh.
It is House of the Dragon.
Wow. I'm sure.
A very popular HBO show.
Wow, yeah.
That I just did not vibe with. I am not the biggest fantasy person, sci-fi, but I did watch Game of Thrones. I binged it all right before the final season so it could be a part of the conversation, and that was really fun, and I thought they had a lot of hot people on the show, which is great. I love myself,
Always.
Jon Snow, big
some
fan,
abs, yes.
love some abs, and I also liked how it was about, politics and family dynamics.
Yeah.
But House of the Dragon just was so violent and graphic. That bloody birth scene in the pilot, just couldn't get into it. So I personally do not think it's as good as Game of Thrones. I'm not here for all the hype.
Yeah.
I could not get through the first episode. So it is a part of my worst content in 2022. That's right. I know it's a hot take. I'm doubling down.
Take. I know so many people who are watching it and loving it. I had a friend who had watch parties every week.
Not it.
Wow. I'm one of those people.
You didn't even try. Yeah.
I've never seen a single episode of Game of Thrones. It's just not for me. Not a fantasy girl. Not a graphic girly vibe. No, not for me. So, wow. That's a hot take. Because I know you really like the actual series.
Yeah, Game of Thrones. I got into it. But this one, House of the Dragon, not for me.
Wow. Okay, well.
Whew, starting out a little hot. A little spicy.
I also feel like my number 5 is a little spicy.
Uh-oh. We're just coming for ya.
I know. Okay,
Coming for y'all today.
My number 5 on our not top content of 2022 is Glass Onion.
Oh my gosh. Wow.
Yes.
Spicy.
Spicy. Yes.
Woo.
Shelby and I saw this together. Surprise.
Yep, shocker. We watched content together.
And we actually saw it at a Netflix movie theater in LA.
The Bay Theater.
Yes.
In the Palisades, the Pacific Palisades, yes.
And I don't know. I think there's a lot of hype around it because the first one was so good.
We loved the first Knives Out. It's great.
Yes, we loved the first Knives Out with Chris Evans and his sweater moment.
Ana de Armas.
Yes, iconic. So we both loved that movie. So the expectations were high, and I just thought Glass Onion was doing too much. It was.
I agree with you.
There were a lot of storylines. It was confusing. It didn't add up, and there wasn't. It didn't make a whole lot of sense to me. I thought Janelle Monáe was amazing.
She was the star.
Yeah, she crushed that movie.
She crushed it.
Her acting was great. I loved her in it, but I think the story wasn't as cohesive. And I think we've talked about this. There was a lot of hype, and the critics loved this movie, and a lot of people really enjoyed it. And I have a lot of friends who thought it was incredible. So, for the hype it's gotten, I didn't think it was that good.
Ooh, wow. I didn't love the movie, but I wouldn't put it on my not top 10.
It was one of the more disappointing movies.
Got it.
So I would say it's one of the worst of 2022, but
okay.
It was disappointing.
It was a disappointment.
Yes. So
tough.
That's That's my number 5.
We're starting out really hot.
I know. Okay.
Really spicy.
Give us your number 4.
My number 4? Okay. And this is typically a show I like, but I thought it was really bad in 2022. Bachelor in Paradise.
Oh!
I know.
That's one of our shows.
It's Laura and I, we've been watching the Bachelor franchise forever.
Yeah.
You know, our mom's an OG fan of the show.
She is.
Got us watching it young, and I've grown to really like Bachelor in Paradise. Thought it was so fun and bringing all the stars from the shows together. But this past season was so bad. I mean, everyone was miserable on the beach. It's supposed to be like a fun
Genevieve crying
environment. Everyone was sad and miserable.
Jill in bed with her
crystals. You also didn't have like any successful couples besides Brandon and Serene. It's like no one found love.
Yeah.
And they had some annoying plot points like Susie and her suitcase. And
no, it wasn't Susie.
Who was it?
Who was the suitcase girl?
Oh, it wasn't Susie.
No, but
someone like that.
Yes.
The suitcase girl.
Suitcase, that was funny. The reenactments
they did.
Wells had a story time that I didn't like.
And of course, what's that couple who came back?
Oh my gosh,
Ashley, and Jared. I can barely remember the season because it was so bad.
That's a good take. At first I was a little surprised, but I think I blocked it all out.
Yeah, Laura, it was that bad. We kind of had to forget about it.
But I will say, the whole Victoria drama with Johnny and Greg, that was
good. At the reunion. The reunion was good.
That was the saving grace of the season.
That was the saving grace of the season. But besides that, I was underwhelmed. It was longer this season, too.
Yeah,
it had more episodes.
Yes.
They just dragged it out. It was honestly kind of a waste of my time.
That's a very valid take. Yeah, Bachelor in Paradise, we usually love it.
I normally love it, but
this season wasn't.
This season was not good. The franchise has been going down for me.
Good take.
Really going down.
Okay, that's a good take.
What is your number 4?
My number 4, I don't know how many people saw it, but my friends kind of dragged me to the theater to see it, but mine is Bullet Train.
I did not see it, so I do not have an opinion.
No, so remember that day that they're saying it was like free movie weekend or cheap movie weekend?
Oh, yes.
Yes, it was in the summer, and we were like, oh, we should see something. And then my friends were like, just bought tickets to see Bullet Train. And I was like, what? I was like, out of all the movies to see, I'm gonna see that. Action movies are fine, give or take, they're okay. Yeah. But I was not here for this Brad Pitt Japanese inspired action movie.
Didn't look appealing to me.
No. And also, it was a little cultural appropriation-y. It wasn't. There were very few Asian actors in the movie.
Yikes.
Yeah. And I will say the best part of the film. Bad Bunny was in it. He was really good.
Was that his acting debut?
I think, yes.
We love that for him.
Love that for him. He was great, but I kid you not, he was in the movie less than 5 minutes.
See,
they always
I don't
do
like
that.
that.
Don't
do that. Don't make it seem like he's going to be a real character and then he's barely in the
film.
Right.
He was barely in the movie. I thought, but the 5 minutes he was in highlighted the movie. Yeah. It was alright.
Oof.
Yeah,
Yikes. Brad Pitt couldn't save it.
Lots of plot points that didn't really make sense. I was trying to find the connections. It was a little predictable.
Oh, no.
I did not like Bullet Train.
Wow.
Yeah. It was disappointing.
I mean, I think people might agree with you. I don't think that was the most loved movie from last year.
I don't think other people really liked it either.
Yeah, it did okay.
Yeah. Okay. On to the next.
Oof, we are just shooting down some titles.
I know. Okay, what's your number 3?
So, we're just doing worst content, right? So it could be anything.
It could be anything.
I am saying The Weeknd concert for my number 3. Oof. I know, Laura. The Weeknd's one of your favorite artists.
Oof.
The problem is, we went to so many concerts last year.
Yeah.
It was great. 2022 was like the return to concerts for us. We went to a lot together, including this one. And I went to some with some friends. And The Weeknd compared to Lizzo or Katy Perry or even Kirk Franklin and Maverick City Music. Like, he just did not...
He didn't deliver.
He didn't deliver.
Yeah.
And he didn't sing some of my favorite songs, which was tough.
Yeah.
And we also didn't have the best, like, travel experience getting to and from Levi's Stadium.
Yes, we saw it at Levi's Stadium in Santa Clara. I am currently living in San Francisco, and we took the train there, and it was like over a 2-hour commute to get there.
Did not like the BART.
No. Yeah, so we had to take the train like 2 hours to get to Santa Clara, and then we had to Uber to the stadium from one of the stops, and trying to leave was a disaster.
Yeah.
So it definitely did not help.
It might have clouded my experience of the night.
Yeah, we had to wait like over an hour for an Uber and
tough.
walk. We had to walk at least 20 minutes from the stadium.
Hot mess.
Yes.
They need to figure out that system better.
Yeah, they do.
But you agree with me. He didn't sing all his hits.
Right. Yes, I will say, I love The Weeknd. He's one of my favorite artists. But I will say his most recent tour, and for those who also saw it, probably will feel the same way. He played every single song from his newest album. And I don't know his newest album as much.
It's not as good. It's not as popular.
It's personally not as good as his other albums. Like, we love Starboy. Like, Beauty Behind the Madness. We love those albums.
Iconic.
So, yes, if we saw him
a few years ago, like pre-pandemic, it would have been great.
But yeah, I agree. He didn't play. He played a lot of songs I didn't know.
Yeah.
So that was disappointing.
So it just wasn't as fun, I feel like, as it could have been.
I agree. We had high expectations.
High
I
hopes.
still enjoyed it. I would not put it in my worst content of 2022. But I definitely get where you're coming from, for sure.
It was the worst concert, I think, out of all the ones I went to.
Fair.
I think it was the worst one.
Yes.
Whew!
Right.
So, Laura, what is your number 3?
My number 3. It's kind of a deep cut. I don't know how many people watched it. But it's Easy Bake Battle on Netflix.
Oh my gosh. I can't.
With Anthony Porowski.
We love Anthony, though.
We do love
We love
Anthony. We love Queer Eye. We love Netflix. But this show...
I didn't see it, so I don't know.
So
I don't know. You have to explain it to me. Explain it to the viewers. I doubt they saw it either.
I know. For everyone who didn't watch it. So basically, it's a cooking show. Like, I love cooking shows. We love the Food Network.
We do.
So I will give most cooking shows a try. However, okay, so the premise of the show, they promote it as like an easy bake, like the easy bake oven. And that's why it's called Easy Bake Battle. And
loved Easy Bake Oven.
They use it in like the marketing and everything, and they have a big Easy Bake oven in the kitchen. And so I was like, oh, are they going to be using actual Easy Bake ovens? No, they don't.
What? Oh my gosh.
They don't use an
false advertising.
Right. They don't use an actual Easy Bake oven. And they judge them on the easiness of how they cook. Like, exactly what it sounds like. You're like, what? They're like, oh, you'll be judged on how easy your dish is to cook. And we're like, what does that mean? So they mean
unclear.
They mean like food hacks, but that's not like, oh, you bake a potato, instead of baking a potato, you put it in the microwave, like stuff like that. But some of the things people were doing were not making sense.
Yikes!
Like that doesn't equate.
Easy does not equate to food hacks.
Yes, like you'll be judged on how hacky your food is. Like.
They should have called it something else.
Right? So
Dang.
So that's the second thing. They don't actually use Easy Bake ovens. And the easiness and the hacks you use to bake and cook, it doesn't make sense. And also, so they have a big Easy Bake oven in the back, but it's just a normal oven that just looks like an Easy Bake oven. So I'm like, why is it called Easy Bake Battle? Why is it called Easy Bake Battle?
Stop.
It doesn't make sense. And they're only allowed to use the big oven in the back for a certain amount of time. So they're like, oh, you have a 20-minute window to use the Easy Bake oven. And you're like, what does that have to do with anything?
It's just giving, chaos, confusion, throwing things together. Like, it's a show!
Madness.
I can't.
Too many ideas.
Too many ideas.
And also... they judge you better if you finish your dish more quickly.
Oh.
There's just so many things.
It's too much.
It's too much. I thought it was such a chaotic and well-designed show.
Yeah.
And I love cooking shows. I'm easy. So I wish better for Anthony. I really did.
Yes, they did Anthony dirty.
They did him dirty.
He needed a better show.
Yeah, so don't watch Easy Bake Battle.
Thank you, Laura. Because I'm sure we're all rushing.
I know. Everyone was like, oh my god.
I gotta watch Easy Bake.
I was about to watch that. Shucks.
Darn.
Okay. You're number 2.
My number 2. So I hate to say it because I love myself a rom-com, but my number 2 is Ticket to Paradise.
What?
I know.
You're telling me you don't love seeing George Clooney and Julia Roberts
reunited?
I can't.
So I was excited.
Yeah.
And it's one of the many rom-coms I went to the theater to watch.
Wow. You spent theater money.
I spent theater money on Ticket to Paradise,
Girl.
and then I regretted it. That was not something I needed to see in the theater. I saw Lost City in the theater and felt fine. I saw Marry Me in the theater and felt fine. I saw Bros in the theater and felt fine. But Ticket to Paradise was a waste.
Waste of your ticket.
Waste of my ticket.
Not a Ticket to Paradise.
It was not, that viewing experience was not a Ticket to Paradise.
No.
And I felt like there was so much hype, right? Julia and George reunited.
So many commercials.
So many commercials, so many ads. I was really looking forward to it because it was like a destination rom-com, beautiful background. But it ended up being more of like a family dramedy.
Right.
It was more about them as parents trying to like stop their daughter from getting married. And it was less about them finding romance and reconnecting. Which seemed strange given the promos and every marketing ad for it was about George and Julia together.
Yeah.
And it was not about their love. And I really I need my rom-coms to have love front and center. Don't call it a rom-com. Call it a family dramedy.
Right.
So I think it was false advertising. And, like, they didn't even, like, kiss. I'm like, this isn't... Yeah. At the end, they, like, hold hands and, like, jump, and they're excited. And it was just, like, not for me.
Where is the romance?
Where is the romance? Where is the romance? So, yeah. Tough. I know. Like, if you're going to make a rom-com, the romance better be front and center.
Yes. It was
So it was a disappointment.
Yeah.
And it probably wouldn't have been a disappointment if I had just watched it at home.
Yeah.
Like, it was a movie I should have just waited till it was on Peacock and watched it at home.
Well, you wasted your ticket.
I wasted my ticket to Paradise, but, you win some, you lose some.
You win some, you lose some.
You win some, you lose some. Okay. What is your number 2?
Number 2 on my not top list. Okay, so this show... Okay, so this is a Hulu show. It's called Tell Me Lies. I don't know if other people saw this. It's a bit of a deep cut, but it's like a drama. I don't remember any of the actors from it.
It's kind of like a Y romantic drama, right?
It's
I have not seen it, but I've heard a lot about it.
Yes, and I'd heard of it, but basically, in San Francisco, I've been meeting a lot of friends, and I met this girl who braids hair. So she was braiding my hair for me, and she put this show on, and to just have on in the background.
Yeah.
And as I was watching this, I was like, this is horrible. Like
I can't judging her taste in content or her choosing her hair.
It was just like, not even, I guess, the quality of the show, just the scenarios. So basically, Tell Me Lies, I think it centers, I literally can't even tell you what the plot is because it was just a hot mess. But basically, it centers around like a group of college friends.
And it's like a toxic couple, right?
Yes.
And they like stay together post-college or like trying to figure it out.
Right, exactly. So it has some flashbacks, but it's set in like the 2000s. So like,
interesting.
The college friends are, hanging out. And the thing is that they're all just so toxic. Like, they treat each other horribly. They're just consistently making horrible decisions. I'm just like, this is not fun to watch.
Oh, no.
It was not a fun watch. The people were just horrible to each other, making bad decisions. And I remember one episode I watched. So, of course, there's the one black guy in the group.
Of course.
Of course.
The token black character.
It's all these...
Black best friend.
Yes. He's the black best friend in a group of, like, rich white kids. And also, he's rich as well. And he brings everyone to his family's home. Or, like, either normal house, vacation house, whatever.
Interesting.
And basically, all his white friends destroy his house. Destroy his house.
Not okay.
Breaking everything.
No.
Like, getting hurt. Breaking everything in the house. I was just like... Why am I watching this? I was like, it was just so hard
Not
to
destroying
watch.
a black home.
Yes.
We don't
black
like it.
Success.
No.
I was like, I can't. So the show is just a bunch of white people making bad decisions. And
Yikes. Does not sound like something for me.
Not the content I want to see.
Yikes.
But, it's, I don't know, I guess for some people it's entertaining, but it was hard to watch.
Oh, no.
It was really hard to watch. So... do not recommend telling me.
Yikes.
It's really dark. It's just like, it's not funny. It's just not. No, don't watch
Well, I have not seen it, and you are further, reminding me why I should not watch it. So this is great.
Great. Okay.
Before we get to our number ones, we have some dishonorable mentions.
All right.
Tough. We're just really throwing in.
Right. Let's talk about
all the bad content. Well, this one, again, not an actual TV show or movie.
Right.
But an experience. Mm-hmm. And it's the Clippers and Nuggets game we went to last year.
Yeah.
So, I had never been... We did this together. Yes. We had never been to a basketball game in LA.
Right.
Wanted to see the Lakers. It was too expensive.
Mm-hmm.
And the Clippers were in town. So, we're like, let's see a Clippers game.
Yeah, why not?
We had just seen an amazing Warriors game.
Oh my gosh,
where Steph went off, won the game, scored, like almost 40.
Came down to like
had like the game-winning shot.
It was great.
Led a comeback. Like, it was amazing. And Steph Curry's one of my favorite players. So I was so excited. So we had just seen that high bar and level of play. And then to see the Clippers with Kawhi hurt, Paul George hurt. Nobody playing. I guess the Nuggets are good, but So we literally went out of our way to see this game. I was excited. First time at, Staples Center, or I guess Crypto.com Arena now. Watching a game. Disappointment.
I can't
Clippers were awful. Can't even remember the game.
They got destroyed.
Because none of their stars were playing. They were in street clothes. So...
I know, we went at the wrong time. And
we went at the wrong time.
Yeah.
Well, now we have to actually see a Clippers game.
Yes.
They got to redeem themselves because Russell Westbrook's now on the team. One of my other favorite NBA players. Kawhi is not hurt anymore. He's playing. Paul George is playing. I mean, this is the time.
Yeah.
So now we got to go to a Clippers game. Hopefully the tickets are still cheap.
Yeah, because weren't the tickets literally like $15?
Yeah, we got a good deal. So I guess for the price, I shouldn't be mad, but...
Right, but still.
To go to an NBA game and have it be that bad,
not great.
That deserves to be on the list.
Yes. Okay, that's a good pick.
Thanks, girl.
Okay.
What about you?
My dishonorable mention is The Mole.
Wow, the slander for Netflix content today.
I didn't realize how much I'm slandering Netflix.
Savage.
So, as you know, we love reality. We love reality shows.
Love a good reality show.
And The Mole, it was kind of marketed like Survivor in a way. It was like a, thriller competition reality show.
Yes.
And, our family, we love Amazing Race.
Love.
I used to be a really big Survivor fan.
Emphasis on used to.
Survivor's just a little problematic these days. But I still enjoy it. I think the concept of the show is great. So I was excited to give them all a chance. Because Shelby and I, we wanted to... we watched the first few episodes together.
We did.
And man, this show was just not...
It was unclear.
I think the premise was unclear.
It was unclear.
It was confusing. Too many things going on in the plot.
Way too many.
It needs to be simple. And I was just like why do we want to find them all? What is the strategy? It was unclear who I should be rooting for.
Very unclear.
What the rules were. It didn't make sense. It was just very confusing. I didn't like how it was shot. It was disorienting. I thought the challenges were unclear. I was really disappointed, and I was excited to watch it because I heard people had been talking about it.
Yeah.
It was just not. It was not for me. And I love shows like that.
So. I know, it typically would hit everything we'd want in a show.
Right.
But it just tried to do too much. I think it just was confusing.
Right.
Didn't deliver.
I agree.
Like, I don't know why they had the phones and they would tell you if you got the quiz right, green or red.
What's the point of the quiz?
The quiz didn't really make sense.
Yes.
I felt like that they were competing for not that much money. Like, it just...
Like, what's the point?
What's the point? It was very unclear.
Right.
And I know it's a remake, but I don't know. It just...
It was not giving.
It was not giving. I agree.
And we watched the first few episodes and then we stopped.
I know, and I wanted to push through because I don't like starting and not finishing things, but if it's not good, not worth it. If it's not good, it's not worth it.
Exactly. Okay.
Oof.
So, enough of the Netflix thing.
Yeah, we gotta move on. Enough of this.
Okay, tell me the worst content. Of 2022.
I already feel bad.
Oh no.
So, you mentioned how you saw a movie on like that free or discounted ticket day.
Oh no.
I also saw a movie on that day.
Oh,
and I was excited and then really disappointed. So, like Ticket to Paradise just didn't reach my expectations.
Right.
The movie is... drumroll! Honk for Jesus, save your soul. Whew!
Yikes.
Just didn't do it for me.
Yes.
I was so excited because, right, it's a black woman writer-director.
Right.
It was a crowd pleaser on the film festival circuit. It stars Regina Hall and Sterling K. Brown,
yes,
two amazing black actors who we love. Like, I was so looking forward to it. And we're Christian, so I was, like, interested in, like, the satire and just, like, their take on it. And I did not like it at all. I didn't think it was funny. The trailer and commercials made it think it was a comedy. And satire, right, doesn't always mean laugh out loud, but I was not laughing at all.
Oh, no.
The funniest scene was in the rapping in the car to Knuck If You Buck, because that's a great song. But it was just not funny. I thought Sterling K. Brown was too much. His acting was so over the top, too much. Yeah. I thought Regina was a star. Like, she drove the movie. But I thought that the tropes they did and the stereotypes were what we've seen before.
Yeah.
Okay, it's the gay pastor who's dealing with assault issues.
Yeah.
Oh, it's the pastor's wife who isn't listened to and doesn't have much of a voice. Like, it just was the same thing. Oh, they're stealing money. Like, let's give me something new. We've heard these takes on the black church. Give me something new.
Yeah, it's just perpetuating
stereotypes we've already heard.
Right.
And I also was like, of all the pieces of content to make, of all the things you could do to create like a pretty damning satire on the black church, I was a little disappointed. So, also wished I hadn't gone to the movies to see it.
Yeah. Not even worth the discount.
Not even worth a discount ticket. Could have waited till it was on Peacock. Yes. Sorry, Peacock, I'm coming for you today. Coming for Universal and Peacock. I should have just waited till it was on Peacock.
Well, I never saw it because, it looked interesting to me too.
Right, it looked interesting.
Okay,
I was intrigued.
Black
and the audience was like a lot. I remember when I saw it, like mostly black people in the theater because I think we're all kind of like intrigued and wanted to support.
And similarly, our mom and our brother were really interested in seeing
and
it,
they
but they hated it. They hated that movie.
Yeah. I know a lot of what's interesting. I know a lot of people that hated it, and then I know a lot of people that liked it. So I feel like it's polarizing.
Yeah, polarizing. Yeah.
Some people thought it was funny. I thought it was not funny at all.
Right.
So, yeah, it's a very polarizing movie.
Right. So,
Which you've not seen it yet. Yeah, you've not seen it.
It's because I've heard such glowing reviews. But maybe if it's still on Peacock.
It probably is.
Maybe we'll check it out.
It probably is.
But yeah, that's a good number one.
It's tough because I really wanted to like it.
You wanted support.
Yeah. But it just didn't do it for me.
It didn't do it for you. Yeah.
It didn't.
Yes. Okay. Now, my number one, my worst content
of
2022 is
drumroll.
How I Met Your Father.
It's a great choice.
How I Met Your Father.
It's a great choice.
I was so excited for this.
Such a bad show.
Because, as so many of us, we loved How I Met Your Mother.
Hilarious.
I binged the whole thing, like, because I remember the ending was so controversial and everyone had been talking about it. So finally, I binged the whole thing on Netflix in, like, just a couple months. Great. And I loved it. It was Neil so Patrick funny. Harris, iconic, Neil Patrick Harris, iconic.
The cast was really great. Good chemistry.
Right. So when I saw that a reboot was coming with Hilary Duff.
Oh my goodness. Sounds so promising.
Right. I was so excited. Francia Risa from Grownish. I was so excited.
And Deep Cut.
Yes.
Guy from Wedding Season.
Yes.
Who's also in, oh shoot, I can't remember now. Life of Pi.
Yes.
Yeah, a couple actors, a couple familiar faces.
Some actors we were all excited about. The cast was diverse. Yes. Like, I was so excited about the show. And I watched, like, 5 episodes.
You got longer than me.
I maybe watched 5, 6 episodes. I really wanted to get into it. And then Josh Peck had a cameo. I was so excited. I was like, yes, How I Met Your Father. And also Samantha, Kim Cattrall, played the mom.
Which was the highlight, seeing her in the opening. I was like, oh my gosh.
I feel like this show was set up for success. Like, franchise everyone loves. Hilary Duff. But it just fails so much. I don't know how it got renewed for a second season.
No idea.
I don't know who's watching it. I haven't met a single person who has watched that show, or who has liked it, or who's still watching it. Yeah. I was so excited, but what was so bad about it? It was just
wasn't funny. The cast seemed so forced. Like, they didn't have chemistry.
There was no chemistry.
They didn't seem like friends.
The writing was weird.
I thought
the storylines weren't good.
The storyline wasn't good. Like, they kind of were just forcing people together. Like,
and it was giving, like, cringy, like, millennial culture.
Yes. It was a little cringe.
Yes, it was so cringy. They were like, haha, millennial. Like, they were making really weird jokes.
It was weird.
I did not like it.
And again, so promising because it was spin-off of a very successful show, had
great
attachments,
and it makes me upset because I really wanted to.
We need more kind of sitcoms and comedies.
We love comedies.
I love to laugh.
But that show was rough.
Very rough. It's a great choice for number 1.
Show was rough. That is my worst content of 2022. Oof. We still love you, Hilary Duff.
Yes.
Not that show.
Lizzie McGuire forever.
Yes. Okay, y'all, so something else we're going to do this episode is talking about what we're looking forward to.
Yes, let's forget.
Yes, move on.
Let's move on.
Yes.
That's in the past. Onward and upward.
Yes, that content we want to forget about.
Yes.
But we're going to move on. And we're
bigger and better things.
What we're most excited about.
Yes.
For 2023.
Woo!
Let's do it. Okay, so we're going to talk about what we're watching, what we're looking forward to.
Yes.
Okay. Shelby, you want to say your number 5? Yes,
my number 5. So the fifth thing I'm looking forward to is Queen Charlotte.
Oh.
It is a Netflix Bridgerton prequel show focused on Queen Charlotte.
Oh.
And I'm a Bridgerton fan. I mentioned season 2 was one of my top things from last year. We love that it's going to be focusing on Queen Charlotte, a black queen.
Yeah.
Seeing her, how she's become, into that role, the love that she finds.
Right.
I'm very excited about it. And I'm here for Shonda's world expanding.
Yeah.
We love the empire growing. And I just love myself a love show.
Yes, you do.
I have high expectations.
Yes, that's a good pick. I didn't know that was coming out, so maybe I'll have to plug in back to the
Bridgerton you gotta plug in back into Bridgerton. That's why I'm here, to give you racks, to keep you focused on what's coming.
That's good. That's a good number 5. It's good number 5. Okay, so I feel like you'll also probably agree with this.
Ooh,
so
what's
my
yours?
number 5 is The Bear season 2.
Ooh. Yes.
I know we talked about it in the last ep how much we loved season 1. So, I know that's coming out, I don't remember when, but The Bear was such a good show, gritty, edgy, funny.
So gritty.
We love cooking shows, so really excited to see those characters back and to build upon the storyline. I'm really excited to see how the characters grow, and because lots of dysfunction, lots of conflict, but it'll be interesting to see how they work together next season. Yeah.
No, that's a really good one. Spoiler alert, don't have any season 2s returning seasons in my list, but that's such a good one because The Bear was one of our favorite shows last year.
Right.
And I cannot wait to see this next season.
Yeah.
High expectations, but I'm excited to really see what's next.
Yeah, me too.
It's a good pick.
Okay.
It's a good pick.
Number 4.
Okay. Number 4 to me, I know you could probably care less about this movie, is Barbie. It's Greta Gerwig's take on Barbie. As you'll know, it's Mattel doll we grew up with.
Yeah.
And they're making a live-action movie inspired by the doll.
Right.
Margot Robbie, Ryan Gosling, Simu Liu, Issa Rae. I mean, stacked cast, in my opinion. Cast. And I love creative storytelling.
Yeah.
And I'm just so intrigued to see what they do, like a live-action take and reimagining on the Barbie doll, which is so iconic. So many of us grew up with it. I do like Greta Gerwig, and I'm just intrigued. Like, I like, again, that creative, kind of unique story.
Right. That's a good pick. I feel like we talked about it a little bit. I'm definitely interested to see how the movie is.
Yes.
It's just like, what, I don't know. Just blonde Barbie. Why, like, why do I care? Like, you know what I mean? I don't know.
Wow.
I've had enough of, you know.
I
the blonde,
hear you. Yes.
Yeah. What about Barbie can you say that's not already been said? So it'll be interesting to see how it is. I'm not as excited, but I feel like it's probably gonna be a good movie. Probably.
That's fair.
Yeah.
I'm excited. I'm here for these kind of like mid-budget filmmaker-focused movies that we don't see that much anymore, right? It's all like the big blockbusters. Like, yes,
that's true. Like
we just saw Ant-Man. Like, it's fine, but give me more like creative, unique, fresh takes.
Yeah,
that's what I want.
That's a good point.
That's what I want.
Yes, we'll definitely have to see that, and we'll talk about it.
Yes.
All right. So my number 4.
Your number 4
is Hacks.
Wow. Yes. Love Hacks.
So that was a show I watched once the second season came out because everyone was talking about it. You, Jason, our brother,
love Hacks.
Going on and on about how much you love that show.
Love Hacks.
I was like, okay, I gotta get on it because we love a comedy. That's one of our favorites.
Love a comedy.
And I was shook at how good it was.
It's so good.
It's really, really funny. So that's one of those shows that when I watch it, there's just so much joy, and obviously we love female-led content.
Love.
We don't get a lot of that these days.
No.
And there's also like a good amount of Black and queer representation on that show.
Yes.
So I really loved watching the first 2 seasons back to back. So I'm excited to see where Jean Smart goes, where the characters go together. It's very smart. It's very witty. I really enjoy Hacks.
Yes.
I bet you feel the same way.
I completely agree. I love Hacks. I'm so glad you started watching it.
Yes.
I think Jean Smart is an icon and just crushes that role.
Yeah.
Her and Hannah Einbinder are just hilarious. It's like dry comedy, kind of dark comedy. And I also like how it's like set in Vegas.
Yeah,
and
different.
It's very different, like the kind of stand-up comedy showgirl scene. Like, we don't see that often.
No.
And I love how it also focuses on an older woman protagonist. Like, let's see more of that.
I agree.
Like how this, amazing older woman's like doing her thing and crushing it in her field, and getting back into her calling and what made her want to be a comedian. Right. I just think that is also an important underlying message.
Right, I agree, and I also like how it's about career goals and success, and not always about. We love rom-coms, we love romantic stuff, but I feel like so many shows are all about finding the one.
Yes.
About my man issues. So I like how this focused on both of their careers growing together. I really enjoy that. All right.
Wow.
What's your number 3?
Loving your choices, Lee.
Thank you.
So I was wrong. I said I didn't have any returning seasons.
Oh.
I was wrong. My number 3 is Never Have I Ever season 4.
Okay.
The final season.
Wow. Yeah.
This is a show that I discovered late.
Right.
But I love Mindy Kaling, and everyone was like, have you not seen this yet? It's so good. Da da da. It's great. We love a comedy. It's like YA. It's diverse. It's funny. And I'm really intrigued to see how they end it and bring it home, bring it together. For those that haven't seen it, it follows Debbie, who's like an Indian American teen, lives in Southern California, and just her like trials and tribulations of being a high school student and wanting to find love, have sex, and just all the things. And it's loosely inspired by Mindy Kaling's upbringing in her life. But it's really funny. I think they do a great job in terms of representation. I think they do a great job of celebrating Indian culture, and also I feel like I've learned a lot about Indian culture by watching the show, so I am a big fan.
I know, you've always told me to watch it.
Yes.
I've yet to see it.
Gotta watch.
I know, so maybe I'll have to check it out with the last season.
You should. Start binging now.
I know, I might have to. Okay, my number 3.
Your number 3, I'm ready.
My number 3 is, we actually saw the preview for it. Watching Ant-Man, the new Ant-Man that just came. It's Spider-Man Across the Spider-Verse.
Yes! I was thinking of the first one. Yes. Across the Spider-Verse.
Yes.
Very exciting.
I remember when the first movie came out, we saw it in theaters. Was this 2019?
Yeah, pre-pandemic.
Yes. And I remember just being mind blown by the movie. The cinematography, the editing, the visuals were amazing. And also,
creative.
It was just so cool seeing like an Afro-Latino boy as Spider-Man.
Like, who would have thought?
What? Yeah, and then it was just so creative.
So creative.
Such an interesting watch.
Yes.
I loved it. So I'm so excited that it's getting a sequel.
Yes. It's a good one.
I cannot wait to see how it goes. Like, see how it comes out. Very excited.
No, that's a good pick. I loved the first movie, and it ended up winning the Oscar for Best Animated Film, which I think kind of shocked people. No one saw, I think, the huge success of it coming.
Right.
Clearly, our world loves Spider-Man. Tom Holland's greatest Spider-Man. Spider-Verse, like, just...
Yeah.
Everyone loves Spider-Man.
Yeah.
Gotta keep the Spider-Man content going. That's a great pick. I think that'll be a really good movie.
Yeah. Okay, what's your number 2?
My number 2. We're getting down to it. So this, not a TV show or movie, but content. The Renaissance Tour! Woo!
Beyonce.
So we are part of the Beehive. We are big 100%. Beyonce fans. The greatest artist, you know?
Of course.
And we got tickets to see her in LA Labor Day weekend.
Ooh, yes.
I cannot wait. It's going to be amazing.
Unbelievable, yeah.
I can't even... It's just, I'm kind of speechless thinking about it. We saw Beyonce once live before her On the Run 2 tour with Jay-Z, which was amazing, but too much Jay-Z.
Too much Jay-Z.
Like, you just wanted her. So I'm excited that it's just going to be her.
Just her, yes.
Just Beyonce. Can't wait to hear Cuff It, Break Your Soul.
Oh,
like,
yeah.
just...
Alien Superstar,
Laura.
Cozy, everything.
Cozy. Can't wait.
Yes, we're so excited. Great pick.
Laura,
Absolutely great pick.
I cannot wait.
Yes. Okay.
So that's my number 2.
That's a good number 2.
What's your number 2?
My number 2 is The Little Mermaid.
Wow.
Yes, Halle Bailey, of course. I mean, what words can't describe. You don't even need to say. It's just, we're so excited.
So excited.
The fact that this is happening, I remember when the preview dropped, everyone was just freaking out.
So excited.
Like, seeing her as Ariel is just going to be so iconic and magical.
Iconic.
The fact that a black girl is going to be Ariel with dreads is just like... it's amazing. It's amazing. We're so excited to see her.
So excited.
We have loved Chloe and Halle for a really long time. So,
Ungodly Hours, one of my favorite albums.
Yes. I love The Kids Are All Right.
The Kids Are All Right's great.
Love their
Of course,
music.
we've seen them on Grownish.
Of course. So we're just so happy for her.
So happy for her.
Yeah. It's going to be amazing. Because I know that The Little Mermaid is one of your favorite movies.
Yeah, and I mean, I'm just going to talk about it now. Little Mermaid's my number one. Might as well just...
Oh my goodness.
I know, it's my number one, most anticipated for the year. Because what you just said, like, Little Mermaid was one of my favorite movies growing up as a kid. My favorite princess. Yeah. And then to think about how it's now going to be portrayed by a black woman that looks like me, that's amazing.
So excited.
So excited.
It's going to be so good.
It's going to be so good.
And, the theaters are going to be crazy. You got to buy
them.
Like, for Black Panther, like we did, you got to buy them weeks in advance.
Oh
go with all your friends.
Cannot wait.
We should try and go together.
We should.
For sure.
Yeah, we got to get that date on the calendar.
Plan in advance.
Book it now. Book it now.
We're both so excited.
Yeah, I cannot wait.
Yes.
It's... Love the music from the movie. Very excited to see.
And her voice.
She's a beautiful voice. Yes. The teaser trailer that they released for it that went viral. It was iconic. And then to see, I don't know if you saw, it was trending, like all of the young black girls watching the video and how excited they got. I mean, that's what it's about, you know? Yes! Representation!
Yes.
That's what matters. So I cannot wait. I think it's going to be great.
That's great. Okay, what's your honorable mention?
I know, my honorable mention.
Yes.
So my honorable mention, definitely a theme of black and diverse content. I cannot wait for Creed 3. Yes. It's about to come out, but I love Michael B. Jordan.
I mean,
who doesn't love him? Come on. He's great.
How can you not?
Big fan ever since the Friday Night Lights Parenthood days, right. Okay? You know, we go back. And yes, right. We go back, and he's directing the movie as well as starring, which is exciting. And then Jonathan Majors is also in the movie, who I'm a big fan of.
Love him too.
We just saw him in Ant-Man.
Great in Ant-Man.
And also a fan of his since The Last Black Man of San Francisco. So I cannot wait to see them together.
Gonna be
boxing.
Insane.
Gonna be insane. So that's my honorable mention. About to come out. Cannot wait. I will be seeing it opening weekend. Yes.
Get your tickets.
Get your tickets now.
Okay.
What is your
honorable mention? That's a great one. Is Grand Crew Season 2. Hey. Okay. For y'all who don't know.
People are like, what's Grand Crew?
I know. More people need to watch it. Grand Crew is a sitcom on NBC.
Yes.
Also available on Hulu. And it follows a group of 5-6 friends just living their lives in LA who like to meet up at a wine bar, you know.
Who doesn't love a wine bar?
I mean, yeah, who doesn't? Exactly. And I think it's so funny. I feel like it didn't get its flowers that it really deserved. No. But clearly people are watching that it got renewed. So I'm excited and looking forward to this upcoming season because I really enjoyed the first season. Also, we love Nicole Byer.
Oh,
we love her so
huge
much.
Nicole Byer fan.
We love her. She's so funny on the show. So I just really hope, and lots of great black actors who are not super famous. So it's great that they're on the show. It got renewed. I'm excited to see what's next. I think it's really funny. And her mom also really likes that show.
Oh, she was the biggest fan.
Loved it. She was cracking up.
Loved it.
Absolutely cracking up. So I'm really excited for the second season. Pretty sure that's coming out soon. Yeah. So
no, that's a good one.
I'm excited for Grand Crew. Go watch it.
I know.
And Hulu.
We need to support.
Yes.
We need to support.
Okay. So my number one.
Your number one.
My most highly anticipated content of 2023 is the Renaissance Tour.
I knew it.
What else?
Of course.
What else?
Of course.
I know. I could have jumped and said Renaissance, but I feel like it deserves 2 moments.
It does. Beyonce deserves 2 moments.
I remember.
She's that important.
When Break My Soul came out, like, last year, about a year ago, and it came just at, like, the most perfect time, because it was when it leaked that the Supreme Court was overturning Roe v. Wade, and I remember everyone was just so sad, and it was just a really dark time, and then Beyonce drops a song being like, you will not break my soul. I just remember, like, that song just really helping me get through that time, and being like, yes, like, the government, the Supreme Court will not break my soul. Like, no one's gonna do that.
No, it won't. No, it won't.
Like, no matter what, you're not gonna take my joy. You're not gonna steal my joy. And I think Beyonce consistently just has, like, anthems that mean so much to so many people. So I love Break My Soul. I love the whole album. And I remember being just very taken aback by the whole thing. I know you did as well.
Yeah.
Because it was so different.
It was surprising.
Renaissance
I'm used to, like,
so
Love on Top.
Different, exactly. Like, we love the Single Ladies era.
Yeah.
Love on Top era. We love all the eras.
Yes.
But this was so unique for Beyonce. And that's an Alien Superstar reference. And I just loved this album. So we're so excited to see her.
Cannot wait.
We were not sure if we were going to get tickets.
Yeah, I'm sure everyone knows how crazy it was.
I know. Hope
to get these
your Renaissance
tickets. The pre-sales, the waiting lists.
Yeah, it's wild.
Wild.
Good for her that she is protecting her fans in that way. But we're just so excited for Renaissance.
Cannot wait.
It's going to be unbelievable. We're constantly playing Renaissance, all the songs on the album.
All the songs.
It's going to be so great. It's going to be so fun. And we saw Beyonce once before, but we're getting uninterrupted just Beyonce.
Just Beyonce time.
It's going to be amazing. So that is my most highly anticipated content that I am looking forward to in 2023.
Amazing.
Great. I mean,
it's great.
What's better?
What's better?
What is better?
Cannot wait.
So
wow.
I loved your list.
I loved your list too.
Once again, very aligned.
Very aligned.
Yeah.
Little Mermaid, Renaissance. I guess those were the only similarities.
But 1 and 2.
But 1 and 2.
And 2.
We mentioned things like... I mentioned a couple things you don't watch, but everything you mentioned for the most part, I also watch.
Yes.
Yeah, maybe I gotta get you to watch Never Have I Ever and more Bridgerton.
Exactly. But both very respectable lists. Earlier we talked about less respectable content.
We did.
We're so
moving
excited
on to better things
for what's to come this year.
Yes.
And we hope that y'all are excited too.
Yes, it'll be a great year for content.
Yes, exactly. All right. Well, thank you so much for listening.
Thanks, y'all. Hope y'all enjoyed.
Yes. Have a great day, y'all.
Bye.